see, Scott, it's on, son.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, we're a day late recording, Scott.
Yes, we are.
And we didn't even want to look at you.
Yeah, why are we a day late?
And we didn't even really want to engage. When you walked in the room for the podcast, don't open your mouth. Just go hit record.
Yeah.
Why, Scott, were we so adamant
I
about
have
it?
no idea why.
You don't know why we're a day late?
I think you know why we're
Well,
a day late.
I had an issue that I had to take care of.
Okay, and what was that issue, Scott?
All right, we want the whole. I will tell the whole story.
And we'll be sure to interject where we
Yes.
feel like it, because this is
Yes.
COVID. Hold on,
Yeah,
break,
we didn't
breaking.
report. This is like
He won't know what button it is.
let's see.
Look,
Here we
he's-
go.
I wanted to make sure I had the right button before I
Okay,
pressed it.
So this is breaking COVID.
Breaking COVID-19 news.
Yes, and it actually involves the reporter.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Ooh,
Oh,
came back a little bit.
yeah. Well, that's because you turned it down, probably. But go ahead.
All right, so why don't I do this?
You're waiting. If you're watching on YouTube, he just raised
Yeah.
his hands and went for a hallelujah
Yes.
praise.
So, all right, let's take a little trip back in time.
Yeah, let's do that.
About almost 2 weeks ago, I started to have a little cough, a little chest
I think
tightness.
if they were listening to the podcast multiple
Yes.
times, I would say, Scott, that's
Yes.
weird. Like,
Yes.
I mean, we're only in the worst pandemic in American
Correct.
world history.
So
Cover
this,
your mouth.
This past Monday, so backing up to that Friday, I called my doctor and he said, "Hey,
Hey,
Is that how
this
he
is a shout out."
sounds?
No, not at all. It's not at all. Sorry, Jason, if you're listening.
I
I'm sorry.
doubt Jason said,
Yeah.
hey.
But they were like, if you'll be fine, don't worry about it. But if your symptoms worsen, call us.
Because wait a second, but the reason you called your doctor is because there's a little more to that. Your parents, because they may listen as
Yes,
well.
yes.
They were pretty adamant.
My dad was adamant on me getting tested because of my cough.
And so you said, "Let me
I will
call my
call the
doctor."
doctor,
Yeah,
yes.
and then this is okay.
Yes.
I'm giving a little background, filling in
Yes.
the information.
So a week went by, everything was fine, and then this past Monday morning, when I woke up,
Hold on. No, we're not even going to go there yet. Because the truth is, Friday, when you're delivering food to the people.
Friday night.
No.
Well, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
you don't. Yeah.
I
Oh,
know
is
where
right.
he's going.
You were already communicating with staff members at different levels. I have COVID.
In a way, yes.
There ain't no end
not
to
in
that.
a way. You were sending it out to people. Now, here's what makes that horrible is the fact that you get in the car with John Hagler
Yes.
or truck to deliver food when you're telling people you think you have COVID.
Because you panic anytime. Look, here's the thing: if you get a sneeze, you think you have COVID.
I
Not
know.
really.
Some people do. There are people out there
Okay.
who will support me, but I
Yes.
didn't. But really, though, honestly, I didn't think it needed to be checked because honestly, I only had the one cough until Monday morning.
No.
Oh my God.
No, because we have reports that you on Friday, either night or day, got a fever.
No, I never said that.
Okay. I will go back to the text message from an unnamed staff member. We're going to protect the innocent. He read it to us, and this was a quote. "Hey, guys, I'm concerned. I think I might have a fever, and my cough is getting worse."
That was direct text
and
from
that was
Scott.
Thursday night before
Scotty
you
Food.
were
I
with
don't
me
remember
for
that.
4 hours.
Yeah, oh, it's because
I'm
you were
not
in
saying
a,
I didn't say
you were-
that. I'm saying I do not remember
It's because
that.
you were oxygen deprived.
More than likely.
Okay, so I'm saying that you can't jump to Monday.
No. Well, I did not remember that.
What blew up on Monday is what we were telling you, because you even came to John's on Sunday to watch the sermon.
Part of it, yes.
And
You
brought
me some
Easter
ribs.
eggs.
That- I'm-
So this is all important because we're going to come back to this. So go ahead now. So there's a couple of interactions. You're telling people you think you got the COVID,
And by
but
the
yet
way-
you're carrying on as normal. No mask and no social distance. You're just getting in the car. You're going to people's houses. You're bringing them Easter eggs. Now, it's Monday.
Hey, by the way, we've eaten all of those. They were
Yes.
fantastic.
I ate all mine as well.
Well, yeah, we're going to get there. So Monday. Go ahead.
It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest.
Do you think that was anxiety related because you had worked it up in your head that you
Probably.
had the dadgum COVID?
More than likely. But also, it was more than likely allergy related.
Okay.
So I panicked. All right, full-blown panic at this point.
Okay,
I
but-
guess it was panic leading up to full-blown panic, anxiety attack, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Called my doctor and basically made some mistakes. Mistakes were made.
Oh, this is good.
We didn't even turn on our lights. Speaking of
Yeah.
mistakes,
Oh.
it don't matter. We don't
Yeah.
need it. Go ahead.
And,
Mistakes were made. I got
mistakes were made, and so I ended up getting tested on Monday afternoon for the COVID.
it. Well, let's
No.
clear. That's not exactly accurate.
No, that
because
is accurate. I just left out all the detail getting there. If you want to go through all the details getting there,
Now, this is where I have to step in.
Okay.
Because you called me.
yes.
Now, granted, we had just spent 4 hours in a truck. Oh,
Make sure you're talking into your.
I don't
Remember
know where
your-
that star
There-
is.
There it is. Yeah, I can fix that.
Oh.
Yeah, I fix that. It sounded like you were off in a You're in
Is
the
that
room.
better?
Yeah, way better.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
better.
Go
I
ahead.
can't see that star.
Well, it's glasses.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it
But anyway, hold on. Let's get back to Scott. We're not getting back to that.
So we rode together for 4 hours Friday in a truck to go to Coshada and back to deliver food, which was awesome. Great mission trip.
It was.
You didn't say a word to me about.
You never told him I'm feeling a little
Hold on.
weird.
Don't say anything, Scott.
Yeah, Scott, but you didn't
So
look
the
at him and
first
go,
time
I'm
I
feeling
hear-
weird.
The first time I hear from you is on Monday when you tell me that you've been quarantined to your house for a week.
This is classic too. So you mean to tell me, Scott, when you called your doctor, wonderful doctor, one of our
Yes.
dear friends, he's there to help you, and he's not going to test you because he's like, Scott, you probably just, it's not feeling good. We're going to kind of be cautious here, but best thing is if you think you got it, just stay home. And you said, cha-ching.
No, that is not what I said.
He said, I don't have to work anymore,
No,
son.
that
This is
not
what
at
I'm
all.
looking for.
No, that's not
Bring
what-
me
no.
the Easter egg, son.
No.
Where's my Reese's stash?
No, that was not true.
Oh.
I did not go cha-ching.
Well,
I
because there's
thought,
not a
oh,
lot of
crap.
cha-ching to it.
No.
Yeah, I thought, oh crap, which I really, at that time I'd calmed down because by the afternoon I'd gotten feeling better. So really, I probably should have just not have taken the appointment and wasted anybody and everybody's time.
Oh, dear.
So you did, though.
Yeah, so he said just treat it. He said you more than likely do not have it, but he said treat it like you do.
So then you call my brother
Yes,
and go, I'm quarantined.
yes,
And I said, why?
yes. And so then I just told what I
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we sprung into action, didn't we,
yes.
bro?
Yeah, because what he didn't realize, what you didn't really think through is all of the things I've just said. If you really thought you had COVID-19, you would have infected everybody,
That is true.
and you didn't care.
No,
you are the
no.
reason people are
No.
in trouble right now.
No, sir.
You sent out text messages Friday saying, man, I feel like I got a fever, guys. Think I got the COVID.
I am not the only person that does that, though.
What difference does that make? We're not talking about all of them. This podcast is about Scotty Poo. This podcast.
But really though, because here, let me explain it to you, sir.
Yeah, let's
Yes,
take a
yeah,
minute because
yeah.
we need to understand.
well, because there's a lot of people out there can learn from this.
yes.
So my anxiety, and I like the term ebbs and flows.
I like it.
Yeah. So there would be times that I would be calm and fine, but then when you're home alone and you're by yourself,
Watching the news.
you start to panic because you start to think, everybody's out there feeling the same way, that if they sneeze, if they cough, if their temperature feels a bit off. We even have a person last night that's taking their temperature every day. That's how much they're in a panic.
You're talking about in life group,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Virtual life group.
Yeah, virtual life
through
group.
Zoom.
Yeah. So, because it's in everything we do. So you work yourself up. Not
Please-
you in particular.
Please turn to the YouTube video because there is a lot of hand motion. If you've never watched YouTube on our
Yes.
podcast, please tune
Yeah.
into this one because Scott's got a lot of animation.
Yes,
very
very
animated,
animated.
yeah.
So, but not you in particular, but my anxiety normally doesn't get to me, but sometimes, especially in times of crisis, just like with anybody else.
Yeah, that's right. I'm
Yeah.
not hating on the anxiety. What I'm hating on, and I am a hater on this. If you really thought you had it, the way you were texting individuals in our close-knit group privately, you would have been a fool not to go get help and go, dude, I can't be around anybody because, dude, I think I have a fever. These are your words, not mine. I think I got a fever. I think I'm just not. You've told I got COVID-19. You sent the text. So then what happened was, and this is why we are picking with him, have a good time with it. But same ways, I'm going, if that would have been true, you really believe that? Because we had just said, everybody said, turn on the news and hey, man, if you have symptoms, if you're not feeling well, let me go ahead and go into my service announcement. If you're not feeling well, stay home. What do? I think I got COVID. Want some Easter eggs coming to your house? Let's go deliver food to people. Let's all ride in a tight-knit car. Let's do a podcast and call phone Justin. That's awesome.
That's not at all what happened.
Oh,
it's
accidentally what happened.
That's pretty much what happened.
No, but here's the good news.
There's a lot of good news.
All right, this is breaking news.
Breaking
Go ahead,
COVID?
breaking COVID news.
All right, COVID, not COVID.
Breaking news: COVID-19.
It's a new disease.
All right.
All right.
Officially,
I am
your
negative.
test came back.
I am
You do
negative.
not have it.
Right before we walk into this podcast, that's why
Yes.
we didn't want to talk.
Yes.
You got the phone because we left a key component out. So Jason was going, I don't think you need to get tested or whatever. The problem was the reason we had to get you tested is because it was beginning to kind of seep out. Caleb being one of our guys, like, hey man, has Scott got it?
Now we know why he
Chip.
was wearing his mask in the office.
Caleb's wore a mask every day. And I'm like, I know you're from Hong Kong, bro, but come on, man. Now, this is before we were told you should wear
before
a
the
mask.
CDC made that adjustment.
Yeah, so he was just, and I'm like, but it's because he was receiving private text messages that one of his coworkers has COVID. So, yeah, I understand. I might have put a mask on.
Yes.
But anyway, so we had to call another friend, and we got you tested because I said, we all agreed, Scott, you got to go. Because if you really do have it, we got to go tell everybody. Everybody's
And
got
then
to.
we were all going to be tested.
Then we were all going to have to be tested. And I'm sitting here going, I cannot believe
Yep.
this is happening. That Scott Pooh Odom, my
Uncle
wife's
Odie.
favorite, Uncle Odie, might have just sent the whole Simple Church to COVID quarantine.
Yeah.
But really, if if anyone was going to take us all down, wouldn't it be me?
Oh, it would have
Oh,
been,
yeah.
yeah. Well, but man, I was like,
Hey, and I just want to go on the record to state that we did quarantine you
Yes.
yes.
after that.
Yes.
After you made the phone call to me,
Yes.
we told you are officially quarantined. You went straight to the doctor. You
Yes.
got tested. You got 2 shots. And what did you tell me the next
Yeah,
day?
I mean, not even the next day. I think I called you that night. I said, Scott did that.
I
He said,
feel
well, we.
much better. So
He said,
obviously,
man, I don't think I felt this
So-
good in a long time.
so obviously, I
Great,
didn't
Scott.
didn't
Great.
feel good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the point to all this is, I mean, we really are having fun with Scott because, I mean, it was our first close encounter of the COVID kind.
Yes, I think that's a good
So
statement.
as leaders of the church staff, we sprung into action. And
Oh.
Justin called in a favor, and we were able to get the test done quickly. We got the
Which-
results back faster than normal.
Well,
all of
no.
that. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, there's
'cause-
like 5 days waiting
Well,
on
we
test
found out they
results.
didn't submit your test till Tuesday morning.
Ah, okay.
Okay, because it was so late on Monday night. So then, and you got it back today. So
Yes.
that's less than 48 hours from the time they
That's
submitted.
pretty
it.
impressive.
That's very impressive, and they've gotten a lot better with that. But my point to this is
Texas
that,
has got them in 15 minutes now. They're saying,
Of
but
course they
but
do.
Louisiana, we got that's what on the news. This is GMA.
Wow.
They said they've come up with a 15-minute test.
yeah. But the point to all this is that if you are a leader, if you're a boss, if you're, I've heard a couple of other business managers going through the same thing. Employees have to self-report if they're not feeling good. You have to send them home, and you have to make sure they're COVID clear before you let them come back to work.
So literally, right before we started this podcast, you got the phone call. You were
Yes.
clear.
Which, by the way, and let's go back to
This better be
Monday.
good.
Monday afternoon when I got tested, I had that nursing staff rolling Because
so it's a comedy show now.
Well, it wasn't-
You're out there on
it wasn't meant
We're
to be.
all afraid that the world's ending and that we're going to take all the staff out, and you're on a comedy show tour.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, the test, they stuck the thing down the throat, which, by the
Easy.
way, if
'Cause-
you're getting the test and they do, it's not fun.
Yeah, I
Let me
know.
tell
But
you.
I asked, though, they didn't go. I was hoping they'd shove that Q-tip through your nostril, hitting your brain.
No, they went, it touched the back of my throat. Like, it went
Did you
beyond.
You didn't throw up?
Oh gosh.
Oh, Lord. Did
So-
you throw up on those people?
So, first of all, they all come out, they're talking to me. They're all, let me just tell you, they're all wonderful. They were all very nice.
Okay, great.
Went down the symptom list, everything. So she comes out and she goes, I got to stick this down your throat. And I said, we have a problem. If you do that, I'm probably going to throw up. And she said, well, I don't want you to throw up on me. I'm like, that's probably good. Because at that time, they had me in my car. So she's like, well, I don't want you throwing up in your car or on me. So she says, you're going to have to step out. So I had to step out of the car.
Oh
I
god.
wish
And I
I'd
have to
videoed
stand
this.
up for this, because for those of you that aren't going to watch, I had to get in the squatting position. But for those on YouTube, I literally had to. Here, let me.
All right, I'm going to play by play. Hold on, you got your heavy. That is a scene that,
I had to do like a football squat.
yeah,
and-
like a lineman. Like
yeah.
when
By
you
the
were-
way, there is a camera that was right on the corner of the building. So if we can get the footage,
Oh yeah, You'd
but
like that.
but she said I have to stick this down your throat and I have to leave it there for 5 to 10 seconds.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that.
So she stuck it down there, and I mean, like touching the back of my throat, beyond the uvula. Like she could have played like, or-
Use your uvula as like a little.
like a little gong, and I was the whole time I was going
Wow.
It's the least you
oh.
could have experienced for what
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, there was more. I had chest X-rays, blood drawn. They couldn't get my blood, so they had to bring me inside.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
All to say though, you're negative.
Yeah, that at least as far as COVID is concerned, fine.
Yeah, you've always told us you're a picture of health.
No,
That is what you have
Yes.
told me.
I've said I am a picture of health, other than being fat.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I mean that we get that. But
Yeah.
Which is shocking. I mean, I'm just like, because every time you have a checkup, we'll ask you, what did the doctor say?
I'm a picture of
I'm a
health.
picture of health.
Other than being fat.
other than being fat.
That's just interesting.
So I'm just thankful.
No high blood pressure, no diabetes.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah,
You got
Hallelujah.
the anxieties though.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, but that's all right. We're gonna
Yeah.
work through that. 'Cause
I've been
this is
off my
part of
meds.
counseling. Oh God, he probably didn't take his meds.
No, why would I take my meds? I haven't been
because they're
working.
prescribed to you.
Oh my
your
Lord.
your medic. Okay, here's another public service announcement. Your medication is not just for when you're working.
Yeah. You take it just to kind of
Regulate yourself.
regulate. And that may be why you have some fluctuations.
fluctuation.
Yeah, because it's like you ain't taking it consistent.
that's true. That's
You know,
true.
but hey, who
But-
am I?
but-
Dr. Hegler.
But we are
MD.
are thankful that you're negative.
Amen.
Yes.
Come on, let's get a little
Yes.
clap.
Yes,
That's right.
I am thankful as well.
Yes.
Yes, and
That's
it has
awesome.
been an adventure. I'll never forget. I was waiting outside the doctor's office for you that Monday night. You were in there a couple of hours.
Oh yeah, I was there from.
5 to 7. I
Oh
think.
yeah, easy. Yeah.
Yeah, so 7 o'clock, I'm sitting out in the parking lot, and I see you stumble out of that sliding door.
Yes.
And what was your thought when you saw me and Astro sitting there?
I thought, oh great. That's great.
That's probably geared down for the podcast.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
because
that's probably not exactly what you thought.
Once again, you know, because I had to go right then and there, I was just in basically what you wear to bed. I mean, it was
Yeah, it was
it's
pretty
like
casual.
gym shorts and a shirt that didn't fit, and so
He had some midriff showing.
Yeah.
You
Let's
had
just say
mid-
yeah, well, because I was told I wouldn't get out of the car, so I wasn't worried about it.
it was Britney
I
Spears.
was wrong. Yeah, it was bad. I
He
even
said I was
I told those
wrong.
nurses, I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, please don't judge me. They're like, oh, it's fine. I'm
They
like, no,
judged
they're
you.
thinking,
Oh,
yeah,
they
we-
judged you. They talked as soon as you got out of there. They're like, "Wow."
They went
Oh,
home
yeah.
and told that story.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Especially the football position out in the parking
Yeah.
lot.
Well, I didn't, yeah. That's the only way she could get in there. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
well. I'm just thankful you're back, Scott. I'm thankful
am-
you're healthy.
so am I. It's
you
good
know?
good to have that relief.
But it is pretty wild that it happened, that we had
Yes.
somebody go, and it ain't made up. None of
No.
this is exaggerated
No.
or made up. This
This is
happened.
This ain't nothing to
100%.
joke about.
Yeah.
100%
Well, and the reason
true.
it's nothing to joke about, our boy Stuart is out in Atlanta. We have a good friend that was we did student ministry with a long time. He is battling. This is why I kind of was like, dude, you can't joke around about it. I mean, we're joking now because we're in the clear, and it was, hey, it's a good thing. But it's life and death for a lot of people, and he's fighting for his life right now. So we're praying for him, man, and talked to his wife last night. We Open Eyes went and did a little live. I don't know if you saw Facebook Live, son. We were winging it. We
Why are
couldn't
you
see.
laughing, Scott?
It was next level. Is why.
Oh gosh,
I don't know if it was next level or under level.
Well, yeah, under level's fine.
You're a live reporter. What'd you see?
Well, the best part is
That
the
I don't
very-
know how to do it.
It's the very beginning, and it's him poking the phone, going, "No, it's telling me it's got to be sideways." No, I think it's recording. And then Greg goes, "No, you live. Look at you. You live right now."
Did he have his big-eyed glasses?
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah,
did.
yeah,
I
yeah.
did. It was hard. And then I did see it because I watched it later. Them readers are not attractive.
No.
I mean, like when this makes your eyes like you're bulging out of your head, that's bad. Like, and not all readers do. I don't know why.
It all depends on how.
Yeah, but these are the same
Power?
magnification.
What was that word?
Magnification.
Magnification.
But I don't understand. But anyway, but Kelly and them were talking to us last night. All the kids were at home with her, and that's Stuart's wife. But he's literally still in ICU on the vent and fighting for his life to the point that they're not
Didn't
sure
you
he's
tell
gonna
me he
make it.
has to be face down 16 hours a day?
Yeah, to give you an inside COVID report on how this works, he had some heart issues about a month ago, maybe a little more, but got diagnosed on March 25th. This is, again, Stewart Hall in Atlanta, Georgia area. So that's not somewhere local, so people know who it is. But dear friends, and on March 25th, they made him, it was because it was so crazy, they made him kind of go probably about a week or so before he actually got to see somebody and infection control and all that. And eventually, like, they finally said, yeah, we're pretty sure you have it. So he tried to ride through the weekend thinking, okay, I know I have it, but they just sent him home. So this is where, like, your doctor's not wrong. What they were saying is they didn't have a positive test at the time, and they just said, you need to ride this out at home, which his is a little bit surprising they did that, I think, just because he had some heart issues. But anyway, they said, we're 97% sure you have it, but unlike, what did we tell you? We were 97% sure that you didn't
not.
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did your doctor, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so they usually kind of have a good idea by looking and symptoms, whatever. So they kind of knew, but once he was diagnosed, it did exactly like they say on TV. He walked in talking, and within hours was on the vent and fighting for his life, and has been fighting for the last 3 or 4 days. Still not out of the woods. Really needs serious prayer. But what they do is they're experimenting with all these drugs. So they're telling us that they are giving him what you hear on the news, these different, because they don't know. But the most unusual thing John was talking about is because the pressure is on the lungs for 16 hours a day. Now is it intubated?
Yeah.
You know, he's sedated, but they turn him over on his face. He is laying face down for 16 hours a day to take the pressure off of his lungs.
Wow.
So I was like going, wow, and then they'll flip him back over, I think at 4:00 today. And what they're trying to do is take the pressure off the lungs, let the medication work, and let his lungs heal. All good news as of today. What is today? Thursday? I don't even know what today's date
Thursday.
is. But he's doing better, and really a miracle is already happening, because when he went in, they said it was 50-50 if he just had heart problems, but because he has COVID, I don't want to give you numbers. So he's now at least turning some good. I mean, it's got a long way to go, but he's turning the corner a little bit. So, but just heavy to think about. He's probably just a few years older than me, not much. Maybe he might be your age.
I think he is. I
Yeah.
think we're the same age.
Yeah, it's about 53, something like that, 54. But an athlete, played basketball. I mean, he's a college athlete. So it's just crazy when you hear all these stories. But it's real, and it is a scary, scary thing for his kids and for Kelly. And
Yeah, the tough
go through
part
that.
is, and you've heard this in the news, is you can't have any family there.
No, and they did yesterday. FaceTimed the nurse. She said has been great in Atlanta. They're in a hospital north of Atlanta. I don't remember, north side maybe or something. I don't remember. But they didn't even have the technology, though, to be able to FaceTime. So one thing that you don't think about, the nurses don't have iPads, and think about the hospital's not equipped with all that. So she was saying it's like she's going to use her own personal iPad, like somebody, they're trying to coordinate all that. So they did finally yesterday, through somebody, somehow, they were able to look at their dad, because the kids, Chandler and Grant at the time, I think, they couldn't see him, so they finally got that figured out. But just heavy, man. So I talked to her after, 10:30 last night when I was driving home. I said, y'all ain't sleeping, are you? Because that's 11:30 East Coast. And she was like, no, we're not sleeping. We were just thankful for the OE reunion that we got to laugh at. I said, yeah, because we're old, fat, bald, you know what I'm saying? Look like Vince Gill with them glasses. You ever seen Vince Gill?
Yeah.
He's got them big-eyed glasses on.
He does.
Dude, when I saw him with the Eagles, by the way, if you haven't seen the Eagles with Vince Gill,
Well, you can't right now.
phenomenal. You can watch him on the YouTube.
Oh, it is true on the YouTubes.
Yeah, the YouTubers out there, you can do it right now.
I just
And
meant-
it's phenomenal.
I just meant live. You can't see anything.
Yeah, but it ain't about live. Right now, it's experiences on all of the technology we have.
you right.
Right now, you could watch us on YouTube.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Probably don't want to, though.
Well, no, you got a lot of motions and a
I
football
did
move
have
that you
a-
might want to tune in
We're
on
in the
over there.
dark though, because Scott forgot to turn the lights
Well, because
on.
we were so adamant on getting this
Yeah.
thing
Yeah, we
started.
were a little
Yeah.
intense coming in.
They
Fresh
were
off the
very
wire.
intense.
Well, because we're getting breaking news.
Yeah.
You just got released from quarantine.
Literally.
Yes.
You
I
just
mean,
got
we
re-
weren't going to have this today if you didn't get released.
Yes.
It
And
wasn't
there's a
gonna
lot
happen.
of people that are thanking God that they got
All
a
4
podcast.
subscribers
Yes.
were just
Well,
lighting
yes,
us up.
Susan, she's thankful
Susan,
for it.
yes.
Yeah.
You're
We got
welcome,
one.
Susan.
Thank you, Susan.
And Angie.
Yeah, and Angie.
Yeah.
Angers.
And Jers.
That's Scotty
Yeah.
Poo. So, all of that being said, we still got a lot going on. So, last night, how cool was it to see all of the truck drive? Did y'all get to watch any of that?
Here's the cool part. So I was doing a Zoom life group meeting,
Yep.
and one of my guys went to the truck stop
Yeah.
and FaceTimed through Zoom so all of us could experience it in life group.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty
That's
cool.
a double tech moment right there.
Well, and it's unprecedented, all this stuff that we're trying to figure out now. But what they did was, if you don't know, we did the nurses' encouragement applause, honk applause last Wednesday.
Which, by the way, the clinic that I went to said thank you very much for that. They saw the signs, so they were
Yeah.
grateful when I
Yeah, we
talked
put
to them
some
this morning.
signs out there. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but we went out and that was a huge success. So then Robin and the Do Good local teams and all that did the local truck drivers at 6 truck stops. And the pictures, we're going to show all this Sunday and stuff, but unbelievable how cool all the stories are and what people are doing. It was pretty phenomenal. Just some of the one family, this is kind of cool. They ended up running into their son, who was on as a truck driver delivery coming
That's
through.
cool.
And so
That
he
is
got
cool.
he got out of the truck and was like, didn't know my parents were going to be, pretty sweet,
Yeah, that's
Just I mean,
awesome.
they're heroes too, man. You want your toilet paper, son? Somebody got to deliver it.
Yeah, and that's really neat. Like, when you think about the truck drivers, it's been fun to kind of focus on the folks that make life work. You already talked about the medical profession last week, the truck drivers last night. This morning, we finally put our little postcard in the mailbox for the postal carriers, our little thank you note, and we stuck a little cash on it and said, "Have lunch on us today." And it's just cool to take a couple of minutes. And I heard Ray talking about finding his garbage guy. Ran out there and gave him some money the other day when he was picking up his trash can.
Oh
And
yeah.
I just think it's neat that we take all that for granted. I mean, I know they're paid, so they're not volunteering to take your trash, but they don't have to show up to work right now.
No.
They could revolt. They
Well,
could
there's
say,
some people that are revolting. I saw somebody, the nursing care workers in California revolted this morning.
right.
So to think, that if you were delivering mail or packages or picking up trash, you may go, I don't know if I want to do this either, but that they're out there still doing it, driving
Yeah.
trucks, whatever. It's impressive.
Me and Evan made a girl cry at the DQ drive-in yesterday. So we were in Coshada doing our.
I love Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I do too, man.
There's nothing like a Dairy. Have you had the Dairy Queen? We're gonna come back to that. in a
Yeah,
minute.
I know you will.
Have you had the Dairy Queen chicken finger $3 deal or $5 deal where you get the hot fudge sundae with it?
I haven't eaten at Dairy Queen in over
No.
a year.
You're the Jesse James of your own life.
Oh,
You're stealing from
boy.
yourself.
Now, I just want you to know, you said.
That's
I
old
want you to
school.
know, you said chicken finger.
Yeah, it's a finger deal.
Okay.
You ever had a chicken finger deal?
Well, Evan had it yesterday.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Evan got that.
I think their grease is better.
Yeah, they probably change it more
Where
too.
where would they get their grease from? That would make.
But
it
I can
better.
tell you right now, like
that's what-
Chick-fil-A's peanut oil tears my stomach up.
I'm the same
I had a
way.
biscuit before I got here. I had an issue. That's why I had to go in before the podcast. I said I ain't got time to talk, John. I had a chick.
Well,
I changed up my pattern. I've been going to. I mean, I have my breakfast of champions. I have a large Coke and a sausage biscuit, which I'm not endorsing or telling you that's how you should eat. Obviously, looking at this physique, maybe not. But what I am telling you, I was like, man, I'm going to support the Christian chicken.
There you go.
So I went by
Tore
there,
you up, didn't it?
and that Christian chicken put me straight into John, son. I'm like, no, sir. Christian chicken, I'm
you
not.
may have a peanut allergy.
Well,
You might, yeah.
well, I don't know.
I have one.
Do you?
I don't shock
But
me.
anyway, back to Dairy Queen. But the Dairy Queen, shoot, man, you get that darn chicken finger
Well,
basket,
Evan got that chicken finger.
but you get a free.
well,
Sunday.
he upsized. He wanted to get that medium-sized Blizzard.
Oh, I finna say, okay.
Yeah, and Scott, he'll admit this. He pulled a Scott Odom. He spilled that sucker all over himself in the truck, and he said, "I look like Scott Odom
Well,
right now."
Well, yeah, I
he
understand.
did.
Yeah,
So he
I
got it
get
all over. But anyway, back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
Goodness, we chase rabbits.
Well, no, I'm just trying to make sure people know if you're out and you're looking for a drive-through, that's a good one.
It is a good one. I had a cheeseburger. It's awesome. Anyway, so when we get to the window, little sweet black girl is running it, older lady, and she hands us our food, and we gave her a $20 bill, and we said, "Thank you for serving during this COVID crisis." And she says, "You gonna make me cry up in the drive-through?"
See?
I mean, just tears streaming down her face, and I'm just thinking, $20.
Yeah, but man,
And I think it's the message, of
Yeah,
course,
sure,
that
yeah.
you've thought about them. But then also, $20 is a big deal right now.
Yeah.
dude, when there's a lot of people unemployed and trying to figure out the
Yeah.
money stuff, dude, it's
What is it?
tough.
17 million people have applied for unemployment.
Is that what it's up to now? I didn't hear that.
I think that's what it said this
That's
morning.
probably about
Once
right.
again, I'm not always accurate on my numbers.
You've been at home quarantine, so you ought to have plenty of knowledge walking into this podcast.
Actually, I tried to not look at a lot of
Well,
information.
based on your anxiety. Probably not a bad idea.
Well, can we do a COVID update?
Yes, yeah.
Hold on, here
'Cause
we
it's
go.
financial.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott.
we got a
Hold on. I had the volume turned all the way down. Hold on.
This you still ain't any better. I thought maybe once you got healed, you'd get your fingers and your mind working together.
Well, I'm still off my meds. So.
All right. Oh, Jesus, help us. Take the wheel, Jesus. Take the wheel.
COVID-19 update. Financial news.
Yes.
All right, so I try to give a little financial news because that's where I focus a lot of my time. And the question that keeps coming up, and maybe this even impacts your friends or coworkers, is unemployment. You keep hearing about unemployment. And right when this crisis started, they were talking about the federal government was going to add $600 a week to whatever the state normally gives. Well, I heard a podcast yesterday, and this is just to let you know why you may not have gotten that yet. The states just got the regulations yesterday to apply that to their unemployment. So it's going to take days to get that uploaded and modified in their system. So if you're out there waiting for unemployment, don't be discouraged. It's coming.
Man, I'm telling you.
But it is a mountain of work to get it up to speed.
Well, I can tell you, there's a lot of people that are freaking out. My brother-in-law is one of them. He's down in Houston area, and he's trying to figure it out. Sister-in-law, same way. It's tough.
It is.
I mean, when you don't know where it's coming from. So, again, a sidebar. If you're continuing to give to the church, thank you.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes,
yes.
thank
You
you.
know, because I know that it's one of the first places people have a tendency to forget or turn off. They go, hey, man, I'm not going to do that. But I just want to tell you, it means the world to us because it helps us help other people. Not only help our families, but it helps us to help other people like we're doing with the truck drivers and the food bank and all these other things that are going on. But it's heavy, man. So
It is.
we're going to get through it, though, John.
We are. There's
you
no doubt about
You're going
that.
to turn it around. It's going to happen.
No doubt
And I
about
think the good news is, apparently, they were saying that it looks like you're kind of coming over the hump. I mean, you might be at the top, but I bet, though, that it'll probably take June before we're really,
Funny you say June.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
because they're going to give some margin in here.
well, here's where they're basing that off of. If you want to know how they're coming up with that, China, where this all started.
Why do you have to say China?
I don't know.
It's just China, man.
But
China.
but it is China.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Do you say Chinese or Chinese?
I say Chinese, man.
Chinese,
man.
man.
You got to put a man on the end.
Yeah,
of
I
it?
do.
Okay.
Chinese, bruh.
Wow. Okay.
But he's like, well, in China. Okay, we know.
I'm glad. Aren't you glad the pressure's off you for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
He said, yeah.
The pressure's never off me.
No, go ahead. In
So,
China.
In China,
Okay.
I like the way you say
they
it.
just opened everything kind of back up. They feel like they're done with it. Not done with it, but past the worst of it. And it was 76 days.
Good.
All right. So if you back
That's
up,
supposed to be good news.
well, no, but listen.
Jiminy crickets.
Listen. They say
Scott.
that ours started first week of March. They're kind of honing in on that being kind
Mm.
of the start for the U.S.
Okay.
That would put you June 1,
Yeah.
that you would be at the China mark.
Well, I don't know, but I can tell you what I do know. I got another report from
boy.
a COVID report, and it just reminded me we were thinking about this. We had a friend that was in quarantine, and he sent me a video. I don't know if you've seen or heard this, so go ahead and give me a break-it COVID
Break it?
report. Yeah, break it.
Breaking COVID-19 report from quarantine.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get it. I'll make sure I turn all this up because I don't know how I won't screw it up. Oh, hold on.
This is day 2 of quarantine. And I have to admit, I'm starting to go a bit batty. I have not left my home since Monday afternoon. Still have not heard results. And it's a mental test. It's a mental game at this time. I've had no contact with any human being, so yes, it's been quite a trying time here at the old BBC at the homestead during this COVID crisis.
Yeah.
Good day.
I like the way you ended it with
Wow.
good day, Scott.
That was yeah.
That's intense boredom is what that is.
Well, but what I love about it is Scott will give me varying BBC reports from different, whether
Yes.
it's Mexico or wherever you
Yes.
are, that brings joy to my life. So
Yeah, that's why I do them.
I got tickled on that one because the best part that you can't see is that it's his big head talking to me. He does like a selfie. There you go, YouTube.
Yeah. But at least you didn't get the one where he was a sailor with a white beard.
Yeah, I sent that one to him.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
but
it
hey,
was
you
disturbing.
got to have something to do to get through this time.
I did one where on this group message and they're like, you got to wear your mask, and I have a Halloween mask, so I was like, I put it on. It's like, will this work?
There's a lot of people using the mask.
Yeah, so that's kind of changed. Yeah, every
I don't even-
week.
Yeah,
but
but
I know. But every week, there's we went from 6 feet to 30 feet.
That's just what.
Yeah, I mean that was the joke, but they're saying 6 feet really wasn't helping, so we jokingly said last week that it was 30 feet, and now the CDC came out now, and I got to say this was an internal conflict in my house. I'm just gonna get
About
real.
whether you wear a mask or not.
Yeah. So because I don't.
You don't have one on now.
No, I'm not a big fan of them.
I'm not either.
Why, Donald Trump? Because you're meeting world leaders.
No,
Did you
I'll
hear?
be-
That's why he didn't want to wear his.
no.
He said, I just think it'll be weird that I'm meeting world leaders and have a mask on. They said, there ain't no leaders coming right now, Trump. You can take your mask on. I just thought that was funny. That's some good stuff.
So Teresa's been pro mask for a couple of weeks at least.
So at home, she's wearing a mask.
No. Just out when you go to the grocery store or out in public.
Okay.
Okay. So I was listening to conflicting reports on all these various podcasts.
Well, they were very adamant for a long time it was not. And then
yes.
they switched it.
Yeah, there's a theory on that. And this is the theory. Okay, people weren't really taking the quarantine or stay at home or shelter in place serious. So the theory is that if they see all these masks on all these people, they're going to go,
It's serious.
this is serious.
Ah.
That's the theory. So, but now that the CDC says it, when I go into a grocery store, I'm going to comply. If I
So-
go into a
So you're going to
Where
wear
are
a
you
mask.
getting? Where are you gonna put on a Halloween mask?
no, I got criticized
Because
yesterday.
that's gonna be a problem.
No, I got criticized because I sent a selfie from Kashada yesterday of me and Evan,
Improperly wearing a mask.
not improperly wearing. It's the kind of mask I had on. I was wearing a shield you when you like saw something or
That's actual appropriate.
they said it wasn't an N95.
Only
No,
one
you-
person
the-
said
the,
that.
The truth is, whoever said that, who was that? Because we're gonna fire them today.
Oh, good.
Who is that?
I don't really.
I know who it was.
Who was it?
Ray Rainey.
Ray.
Oh man, he just came on board.
I know,
too.
but he's going to be unemployed. Here's the thing. You can't wear an N95. That's the whole point. It has to be a cloth or handmade or a device like you chose because if it's medical grade, it's supposed to go to the nurses and the doctors.
So I was sacrificing for them.
That's exactly
so,
right.
So all I have, which I have a 3M.
That's should be going to doctors. Put it away.
It's
No, he's talking about like a
it's from the
respirator.
oil field. It's from the oil field. It's a respirator from the oil field.
I dare you. Please.
with the double. I got it in the
Please.
truck right now. I can go get it.
No, we'll
No.
just we want to do that for video later, but we'll put that on the next
Yeah.
podcast. Especially coming in. If you had COVID, well, you'd have been wearing it sitting here.
Yeah.
Speaking,
Well-
it'll be like that Bane from that Batman movie. I remember looking at Chip when we saw that movie. What one was that?
That was
He's a huge Batman. Everything's right with Batman.
Batman Return.
I don't know, but I remember going to IMAX and everybody's so excited. And here comes the bad guy. What was his name?
Bane.
Bane. I said, Angie, is my hearing aid gone or is that dude saying something? That guy can't be. Is that right? And then Chip's, I can hear it perfectly clear. There's no way you can hear that perfectly clear, Chip. It didn't bug me a bit. I thought that was as clear as a bell. I'm like,
Yes. Oh, and
so if you're at home, you're quarantined, look up the bad guy you can't understand. Then I actually heard when they put the DVD out, they corrected
that's
it.
what I was just fixing to say because so many people complained about it that they actually improved the audio on his part, and he came in and actually reread
Yeah.
some stuff.
I just remember,
Yeah,
what,
you
what
know,
is he
somebody
saying?
got fired over that.
Oh, they're like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah,
you
there was-
can't even understand
I
it,
mean-
man. I paid $20 to sit here in this
you
recliner,
make a villain,
and you can't
and you
understand.
can't understand a word he says.
He has a lovely, lovely voice.
Yeah, but the
That sounds like an old man.
is Bane dead? The best part of that movie was that opening scene where they were in that plane and
Oh,
all.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was cool.
And that was real.
I know.
That was not
Yeah.
like that was two
And
planes.
how crazy is it that during this, speaking of movies, that they're just releasing them to your house now?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Trolls
I mean-
came out. This rock and
What?
roll.
Yes.
Yeah,
going
it's like-
so
direct.
far behind.
They're going direct to homes now, which this is encouraging to me on the one hand because I was having some anxieties.
Oh,
Okay, you know what my anxieties were?
What?
That Wonder Woman was not going to come out
When is that?
this summer.
Oh, you'll make it.
I don't know, man.
Oh man, she's Wonder Woman, dude.
God, I mean, I'm gonna be bummed if they.
Well, she's
mean-
easy on eyes. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah. What gal had that?
Gal Gadot.
Gal.
No,
I don't think any of that's right.
Gal Gadot.
I think
It's
y'all
not
both
Gadot,
admit-
is it? No. Gadot. Gal Gadot.
Just stop.
She's Israeli.
Stop.
That's I do know that.
Well,
Hey,
I
hey,
can
and this
tell
is the
you,
cool
I'm
part
for
about
it.
her, and Teresa's a fan too, so I'm not gonna get in trouble
Yeah, you're
for
not.
this.
Angie's a fan. Who ain't a fan? If you look at her and you're not a fan, something's wrong with you.
Here's the cool part about it. Mm-hmm. This may be a rumor, but I like to believe it.
Oh,
But she was actually part of the Israeli police squad called the Mossad.
I don't think she was.
I think you have to be.
What do you mean you have to?
I think
be.
if now I once again I could be wrong, but
We
I think
might
if
wanna-
you are Israeli and you are of a certain age and you are healthy enough, you have to enlist for 2 years into
Ooh, hold on.
the Israeli army.
We'll fact check that before the next episode.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
I
you got
could be
nothing
wrong.
time. Somebody get a
Yeah.
phone out. I mean, of
I'll
course you
look it
can't
up right now.
You can't see it.
No, I
oh,
see
you
good
you
up
see good
close.
up
I just
close.
don't see you.
Yeah,
You're just a blur.
I know, man. Ain't much to look at. I promise you. That's
y'all,
all right.
y'all carry on. I'm gonna research that.
Yeah, that might be true.
Yeah, because I think I remember that.
Well, but what's interesting about all of these movies and entertainment, can I get another something off my chest since we're talking about COVID?
Yeah, I mean,
All right, look, I know Open Eyes, we did a little something last night, but if I have to turn on the TV and see one more celebrity sitting in their house playing a song and hear, it just ain't doing it for me. I mean, I saw Garth Brooks and Trisha, they're doing, I mean, I know they're trying to help and it's a good thing, but to me, it just ain't there, man. I just don't know, man. I'm getting tired of it.
well, and they're also getting a lot of backlash because they're in these mansions and in their pools hanging out and playing music, and everybody's like, I'm in my trailer with my roaches, and
You had an ant problem, speaking. You didn't have a roach problem. You had an ant problem this weekend, or
Yes.
a couple of days ago when I
Yes.
called you. Did you get it obliterated?
no, I live in a rainforest. So
Do you really live in a
it
rainforest?
feels like it. Yeah, because it's so moist and hot, and like yesterday,
Moist
though.
and hot.
Yeah, it is.
Huh.
Yeah, just right there in Halton. right
You,
on that
you
little
have
spot.
the one last rainforest is in Halton. Can we get an address and drive by and look at
Yeah,
it? Take
yeah.
tours?
Yeah, Renee Drive in Halton. There you
Yeah,
go.
we'll come by and look at it.
All right, so I've got the.
Oh,
I've got.
well, it took you a minute. You were quiet. You were thinking.
Well, I wanted to make sure I did a couple of source checks. To
Oh,
make
okay.
sure, you know,
Fact
'cause-
check.
Yeah. Scott
Is right.
is correct.
Hey,
And I'm gonna read it for you.
Okay.
All right. According to the Defense Service Law, the enlistment to the Israeli Defense Forces is mandatory for all Israeli citizens who have turned 18.
So she was in the army. Or
Kind of lessens the impact of it, though, if
Yeah,
everybody's
everybody-
in
I'm
it.
Yeah, they were
I'm
like-
sorry, I didn't mean to ruin that.
yeah,
for
like
you.
Gal Gadot,
Please,
she was.
Scott,
well,
no.
Well, but she was in the special forces though,
Yeah,
so
but
that's
still.
that's
well, but
another
we-
level.
But you don't know that. That may be the rumor. I
No.
bet she just signed up like she just went through.
How long did it say you have to?
I'm not reading anymore. I'm discouraged now. Because I had her in this elite special category of people, and you just blew that
Well,
balloon
speaking
up.
of all of that, all right, so I'm gonna switch gears. I come home last night. Okay,
Oh,
movies. We're talking
movies.
about, yeah, and you know, I'm watching, and Angie says I can't get home till late, and she's in the bed, and she's kind of serious. I can look in her eye as soon as I walk in there. This is serious.
Oh, boy.
Well, I look on the TV, and it's Passion of the Christ.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, son,
Yeah, it's tough.
that's a tough movie.
You remember when we saw that all together?
Oh yeah, dude. And
Oh,
the reason
yeah.
I say it, if you've never seen it or you hadn't seen it in a while, the one thing that it made me, I came in late, so she had been watching. You know, I mean, I know the story, guys. I mean, I know how it ends.
Yeah.
All right, I know what kind of is going on, and I've seen the movie. But when I came in, I did not remember this part. So there's two parts that I did not remember that are worth watching again. And I thought, I wonder if we can do this Friday night. But I don't know if it's too graphic for the childrens. I don't know.
You
if
talking
it'll-
about for the Lord's Supper?
yeah, where he does the Lord's Supper with him. That what happens is in the movie, which I didn't remember this because it's close to the end. He's toe up, son. They are whooping him. I mean, it's right when they're getting ready to lift up the cross. So it flashes back, which I did not remember this for some reason. It's been a long time since I've watched the whole thing. But it was going back to him talking to his guys
Yeah.
as that was going on. And man, it was good.
Powerful.
But the downside is like for kids, I mean, it's pretty bloody.
It's graphic.
So that's part of it. But the other part I did not remember, and I'm going to challenge you. Around that time, in the movie, Jesus goes up, he's about to say it's finished, or he might have just said it's finished. Mel Gibson, the way he directed it was awesome. There is the one tear that falls from heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this?
do.
I don't remember this.
I
It
do.
all of a sudden, it gets dark at the cross or whatever, and all that's going on, and there's one tear, raindrop, and it's a reflection in the raindrop. So you see it, and it's falling, and it follows it down, and when it hits the ground, it explodes or whatever, and that's when the earthquake started. It was like a tear from God. A tear from God has started this earthquake or whatever, because it don't rain. It's just one tear. I was like,
Yeah, it's
I don't
powerful.
remember that, but that is a powerful illustration, which leads me to what I really wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Was they say they're in productions for the second one.
Really?
So we looked it up last night. Yeah, there is a sequel, guys. So Mel Gibson supposedly is working on, and I've heard this for a long time. So Angie looked up while we were there, and they said, yes, it might come out, rumored to come out in the next year or so.
But
But hold on.
okay,
So hold that.
You going to go to the sequel? What is the sequel? Have you
Yeah.
read your Bible?
well, yeah.
Well, then there's a lot to sequel. But we're going to go into it because I asked
Okay.
the same
Okay.
question. Because
Yeah.
we're really similar.
'cause-
I'm picking with you, but I kind of thought the same thing. Like, what are they going to do? What's the story? But go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I remember we all went to go see it together. We worked together with the staff at that time, and it was the first and only time that I've ever been to a movie. It was at the little Regal 9 then, which was the only theater in Bossier, that I've gotten up at the end of a movie and no one said a single word.
Yeah, that's weird.
They walked out in dead silence,
Yeah, it was quiet.
which
Yeah, but
shows
what-
how powerful that
yeah, and at that time, and still to my Jim Caviezel was my favorite Jesus. That dude is just bad to the bone. I mean, I love the real Jesus. I'm talking about if you're gonna pick up all
Thanks
these.
for clarifying that.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's not my favorite Jesus. I'm saying,
Now, do you remember
in the
ti-
betrayal, the betrayal, portrayal
Yeah,
not
Not
betrayal.
betrayal.
Man, trust me, I'm just working through it. But that right there, when you see him in that role, like when he comes out and defends the woman caught in adultery, in the dust, I'm like, and he, if you don't know what I'm talking about, he's drawing in the sand and that.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mel Gibson, that was, the rest of them Jesus movies. Hello, Peter. You know how it is.
Hello, Peter.
Peter.
Peter, you denied
You
me.
denied me twice.
Which is so funny
It's
because
like, how, they ain't
nobody
English.
was British back
No.
then.
I was like, man, how do you?
Like,
They were all speaking.
But that was weird. Like the ones we grew up
Aramaic?
with, I mean, all that was weird. So then when you finally see one and they're all, now it is a little spooky when they're speaking in all that gibberish. I mean, that's
the native tongue.
well, I know, but it's gibberish to us. You didn't understand anything.
What is it, though? Is it Arabic?
You're like, remember when it started and he's in the garden and it gets
Yeah.
dark? And also, because you don't know what they're going to do. There's at that time, nobody knew how are they going to do this. We've seen that. It's Jesus. You know, hello. God, I love you.
Forgive them, Father.
They
for
know not what they do. Yeah. It's like the Beatles being Jesus. No, but then all of a sudden here,
Ringo Starr
Ringo.
plays Jesus.
Oh,
yeah, Paul, why are you denying? Where are you going?
So
So anyway, but when it starts and it was all, it's almost like that dojo. Now, what's that thing from Australia?
I don't think it's called
didgeridoo?
a dojo.
The
There you go.
didgeridoo.
Yeah.
A
It's all-
dojo is something in karate.
Well,
You went
it
from
sounded like that
Japanese
to
to
me.
Australia.
It was like a dojo doogajidoo. What'd you call it? Was
didgeridoo.
a didgeridoo.
It's a didgeridoo there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
But when it and then he was coming in, and then I was like, "What is happening?" Remember, and they started in the garden.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Man, this is gonna be weird." And then I thought, "This thing gonna subtitle the whole time."
I know.
I have
mean-
not. I've only seen the movie once.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's worth a watch again.
I can't handle it.
You should handle it. He handled it for you, Scott. Butch it up, COVID, and turn on the Passion of the Christ, you pansy. Butch it up. Good night.
So back. What is the sequel? Really? What is
So we did. Now I don't know this is accurate. It's
Okay.
internet fodder. So maybe it's true or maybe it's not. But Mel has said he was always gonna do another one.
right?
Which I did look. There are some things that are cheesy in it. Like when you see it now, like as good as it was at the time.
Right.
Technology's advanced. Like the earthquake scene when that happens and it splits and the veil tears. You know, these are all biblical things we
Right.
remember or heard of. Or whatever. It's a little cheesy.
Right.
But what I've heard or what they said is that it's going to be the 3 days before he ascends. So from the resurrection till his ascension,
Gotcha.
which would be pretty interesting because nobody's really talked about
true.
that. There's not a lot of. Now, I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what they're saying.
Well, you took me to a dark place when you talked about sequels because I go back to summer movies, and
How you going to go from the Passion of Christ to a
well,
summer
I know
movie?
this is a stretch, but they have rumored
like
this sequel forever.
What's that?
Top Gun.
It's coming out.
It's
John.
coming out. They had
It's
to
not-
push
but
it.
it's a-
but now, like when though? Is it gonna be
Well-
like in the middle of August instead?
I
of
had
like,
heard with that they're pushing it back all the way to the fall because
Oh,
of the
see?
COVID crisis.
Gee, man, that's
That's just what I heard, though. Once
But
again,
when was it
pure
originally
rumor.
released? When was
summer. It was gonna be like now.
It was supposed to be a
No,
summer
but I'm
movie.
talking about the original movie.
Oh, when did it come out?
Yes.
1985.
In the summer or when?
Oh, let's look.
So you
I'm gonna
don't
get
know.
it. I'm gonna
But
Wasn't it a
because-
summer blockbuster?
I think
I
it
don't know.
was.
I said blockbuster.
I wanted to join the military then. I can tell you that.
Well,
I
that's just
should have
'cause
joined
of-
the
That's
military.
because, well, we don't want to get into that on this podcast. There's things in there, John.
That's the Adventures of Jut and Buddy.
Yeah, you don't need to. You're not going. You were J. Michael, the photographer.
I
You were-
was.
Yeah, but whenever you think about all of these sequels and all that stuff, it is an escape. But I'm not gonna lie. If you got what is today, Thursday, you got a couple of days. If you watch Passion of the Christ before Sunday, you're at home. You know, we told our kids. I mean, it's pretty powerful to pull it back up again and kind of walk back through it. Scott, I challenge you. Come on, Scott. Then we can talk about it next time because it may. There's a lot. The little spooky midget at the thing. That spooky midget part. Do you remember? Yes, dude. Do you remember the spooky
I
midget
do.
part?
I think I'm just getting shocked that you said spooky midget.
Well, I'm not sure if that's even correct that you're supposed to talk like that, but I'm saying that spooky dude.
Aren't they
that-
called little people?
the spooky little dude.
Spooky little people.
Spooky,
The
spooky,
spooky
little,
little dude.
person.
But when he was in there and he was floating, like going
Oh,
around, and,
yeah.
and he
Yeah.
got that white, crazy eye looking, I'm like, man, that's some spooky stuff right there. I didn't say
You
nothing.
almost said it.
No, I didn't. I'm
And the
cool.
garden was spooky too.
Yeah, because
They-
wasn't Satan in the garden? Didn't
Yeah,
they show
yeah.
with the lady with
Oh,
the
yeah.
shroud and looking all weird?
But I mean, that was as good as it gets in a movie to get you to see it differently, or a possible way that it was
Right.
portrayed. It's most realistic. But man, Caviezel's just good.
Yeah.
And then now, one other thing on that, they say there was some really weird stuff that happened on set. I don't know if y'all ever heard
I don't
all
know
that.
about this.
You can
Yeah.
look that up on YouTube too. We'll do that between now and the next time.
Okay.
But there's supposedly Jim Caviezel says some things happened while they were filming that were unbelievable. Very
Like
unusual.
spiritual stuff?
Yeah, I think some really tripped out stuff.
Okay.
So we can look that up. But yeah, you've got time. I mean, look it up. you
All
know.
right, Toad, to make y'all's point, you're right. The original release date for the original Top Gun
Here it goes.
was May 16th, 1986.
Yeah, that's my junior year of high school. So.
Man, when that song came on,
I was
Highway
that
to the
thrilled.
Danger
aircraft
Zone?
carrier, yeah, well, yeah, I think that may be it. Whatever the opening
No,
song
it was
is.
dun, 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 dun.
That's
Oh,
it. That's
yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
it.
I'm telling you, man.
I was 3 years old, by the way.
You'll never forget it, will you, Scott? You just sitting there in your diaper and that thing come on. You said, "Whoa, I'm going in the military."
If they would have had a Navy recruiter in the lobby at the theater, I'd have been a naval.
That was
Kitchen
and,
cook.
and what's crazy is that's exactly right. You'd have cooked them macaroni,
them taters, man.
taters,
Them
boy. They'd be
taters.
like, "Why are you here?" Well, I saw Top Gun. Dude, you're cooking macaroni. Yeah,
But I'm doing it for the cause.
that's
Hey,
for the
my
cause.
dad's a Navy vet.
Yeah.
Spent some time in Vietnam, so
There you
Yeah.
go.
Our dad was in NAM too.
Yeah,
he was Air Force. Yeah. He called me the other day and said he's got all these negatives. Have you heard this?
Yeah, he asked me about
I said,
that.
Lord, I said, throw them away.
That's what I
He's got
said.
all this like negatives from pictures from however long ago. He goes, now I have the pictures, but do you boys want the negatives? What in the world would I do with a bunch of negatives?
Yeah.
negatives like pictures of what?
Well, for the
Vietnam.
young,
Oh,
for the young people that don't understand what a negative is.
They ain't even heard of it.
All right,
They
so
on their
back
phone.
in the early days of film, when J. Michael was in his
Yeah,
prime,
the photographer,
you
John.
had to go into a dark room and develop the film,
Yes.
and then make a picture, make a positive using a negative.
There's a lot of
Now
illustrations
it's all
of that.
digital.
It's
This
digital.
this is the most informative podcast. I think
Yeah.
that
Oh,
exists.
yes. I don't even know if it matters, but we
It
went
don't
a
matter.
lot of different directions
We
today. We went from you being COVID into the midget in Passion of the Christ. I don't know what else is better.
Something you touched on though that's very timely is we're doing our first ever virtual Lord's Supper
Oh,
tomorrow
yes.
night, Friday night, 8
Yes,
o'clock.
never happened before. And we're going to do some worship. We got Jen Janae, Jessica Brock. We're going to do some acoustic unplugged worship. Open Eyes will be probably sounding a little better when we're not in my office locked in. We did a lot of COVID violations last night, too. People were telling us on the Facebook.
You were too close together.
We didn't have any other way to do it.
Did you have masks on?
No, we hadn't. How you going to sing with a mask is on? I mean, that don't make no
So-
sense.
so-
And then I actually think I drank after Alan, right? And Julie Mitchell goes, you just drank after him. I'm like, I'd be all right.
Man, that's like CDC frowns
Well,
on that.
I'm not saying I'm happy about it or excited about it or proud of it. I'm just saying it happened.
Okay. So back to this Lord's Supper. Is it live? Is it a live event?
8 p.m. live.
8
Okay,
p.m.
8 p.m.
Yeah, we're not going to try to record anything. It is what it is. You,
Right, so
you see
however
what
they
it-
normally tune in through their Roku device,
Yeah, but
tablet, use
hopefully,
the app.
yes, we hopefully, for the Lord's sake, on His Lord's day that He is risen, would you please download the app?
A lot of people have.
Yes.
I know it, but there's still my kids didn't have the app.
Now that's a personal problem in your
Wow.
household.
I got home and we're trying to do this dance.
you
Oh,
manage-
and we're gonna have the dance video for Easter. So
Yeah.
if you've not danced, there's a requirement
Yeah.
for the staff to dance.
I have not.
Well, I hadn't turned
Well,
mine
you were
in.
in quarantine though, so you have an excuse.
Yes.
We
thank you.
have, but that's the whole point. Everyone's quarantined. You're
You're
shelter in place.
His was a whole other level though.
Yeah.
Because he was a potential carrier.
He was COVID-19.
That's a whole-
COVID Kathy right here.
Oh, why are you a woman?
Are you?
I'm gender neutral.
No, you're not.
No.
This is a different podcast. No, you're
I
not.
think-
You're Scott.
And I think Kathy, aren't there some guys named Kathy?
Oh,
why
I hope
are we
not.
going
Because
down?
there's these
I
names
hope
like
not.
Shelby. Like
I
I
have
remember.
never heard of a guy named Kathy.
Hi, I'm
But-
Kathy. Nice
but
to
I-
meet you.
No.
What was? Oh, I know. In our neighborhood growing up, there was a dude named Dana.
Yeah, that's weird. But
I knew
mean,
a dude named Gay.
Okay. So
Oh, okay.
as a parent, though, really, out of all the names
There's
you can
probably
choose,
John, but there's probably a family reason for that.
even still, even if I had 15 generations of Danas in my
No,
family,
I bet you say that.
it might be his
You-
middle name.
Your name's John because there's 15 generations of John.
but John Dana.
And who broke it? That would be
Yes.
me.
They didn't even put it in his middle name or nothing.
We didn't. I said forget it.
Wow, that's kind of harsh.
We did. Ian, every firstborn male in the Hagler household has been John
Right.
until me.
Yep. Now Lauren, we thought was a boy
And what was her
until
name?
the day she was born.
And what was her name going to be?
It was going to be John Tyler.
See, you going to keep the tradition going.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a presidential name.
John
Tyler
Tyler
Hagler. Yeah.
John Tyler Hagler for president.
This message approved by the board of John Tyler Hagler,
Anyway.
TDNL.
All right. Well,
Oh.
are we about done, I guess?
I don't know. How
Yeah.
long have we been going?
An hour and 51 seconds.
Wow.
Well, that's plenty. And we almost got out of control, Scott.
yeah, we did.
He came out of quarantine a little hot.
That's right. Well, real quick before we go,
Yeah.
because they're going to listen to it before Easter. Let's talk about Easter real quick.
Okay.
The day. What all's happening on Easter Sunday?
All right, very good point. First off, go back to Good Friday. Don't forget, 8 o'clock, live communion with a little bit of worship, just so that you can have that time with your family. You don't have to have bread and wine or bread and grape juice. As I said on my podcast, or no, as I said in Facebook Live, you can use Coke and crackers. It don't really matter what.
That's Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Well,
Just to be clear.
that's a whole nother Lord's Supper. if you
Doing
go with-
cocaine and crackers. Wow.
I'm
But
just making sure there's
it
no
was
confusion.
it was misreported that I said they could use Coke and crack. That I said Coca-Cola and crackers. That was somebody else put that on Facebook. Did he just say Coke and crack? I'm like, come on, y'all, man, y'all quarantines got your brain not working. But you don't have to. It's a great time, seriously, to have some worship and focus and celebrate what the Lord has done for us. So that's 8 o'clock this Friday night. Then you're going to move into Sunday morning, 9:15 a.m.
Okay.
We're going to be in the Miracle 89.1 radio station, and we're going to have a car hop Easter egg hunt. That means you will get in your car, and you're not hopping your car, although Putt Putman would be
Putman
the only
could.
one that
Putt
could
Putman
do
could.
that.
Yes, he could.
But you will drive around and look for 5.5-foot inflatable Easter eggs that we have placed strategically and secretively across Shreveport Bossier. There are 5 locations in Shreveport, 5 locations in Bossier, and there are also, we have connections with that magical bunny. And he is going to be both in Shreveport and Bossier.
I'm excited about
And
that.
you will actually be able to see him. So we're going to give out locations of where these people are by clues, just having a little fun. So if you tune in the radio station, I'm like, hey, good morning, happy Easter, and you can call in and talk to us, and we can talk to you. So if you want to connect with us or cut up with us, then it's a great way to do that. And that's going to go on all the way until 11 o'clock. Because we want to have time for people to get out, to call in the station. And you can just call the station even if you're from home.
11
Yeah,
a.m.
I mean, would you quit hitting the button? Talk either with the button or the mute, whatever you're doing.
No, my mic wouldn't work there.
Because you were pushing the mute button.
No, I was too close, I think. I don't know.
Remember, he's not on his meds.
He's not on
It's
his
11
bed.
a.m. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, not 11
Yeah.
p.m. That would be a long day of egg hunting.
Yeah.
But
I just wanted
13-hour egg
13, if you're out there hunting eggs for 13 hours, something's wrong, man. It ain't that valuable. But we do have prizes connected to each of these locations in that when you take your pictures, there's going to be a staff person. It's going to be raining, so we're going to have a tent out there.
Yeah, and don't get out of your cars either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get into that because
Oh,
all we
sorry.
want you to do is
Sorry.
just, it's a good point, but all I want you to do is take a picture of the staff and waving at them and just encouraging, hey, man, we found you. Because then we're going to give away prizes based on that. So some of these locations, and I will not give you all the clues now, they're actually something that you can do later on in the year. So we're going to have a little fun prize packages to give away with that.
That's awesome.
So it'll be just something to get your kids, if they're, like, oh my gosh, because it's going to be raining now. So it's the
Yeah.
best way to do it. So you're not even going to do an egg hunt, possibly even in your yard.
That's right.
So this is the safest, best bet to do that because you don't get infected by anybody else. It's just your family. You don't get out of your car. You take pictures. You drive around. The only people going to be getting wet is the staff and their families.
Yeah.
But they're going to be willing to sacrifice for you because,
are.
as we have stated many times in our office, this is the easiest Easter
Oh, by
we've
far.
ever had.
yeah,
Now
I would
it's
be.
different. There's other challenges, but not going to CenturyLink and not setting up everything. I mean, so what's an hour or so in the rain? Take an umbrella
Yeah.
and stand out there and have fun. Your rain suit.
And
You
one
go-
more thing that I just thought
Yeah.
of.
Oh, no, and we're gonna
Oh.
go live after that to the service. But go ahead.
Yeah. We're at 11 o'clock service.
Yeah, so it'll still be on the radio. So if you're still driving around and you want to do that, their staff is going to be easing away from their locations once the service starts. So about 11 o'clock, they're going to be done. But you can still, if you catch your last location at 10:55, you're not going to miss the service. You can stream it in your phone, on your phone, in your car, or you can just listen to the Miracle 89.1.
And then later that day,
Yes.
where can they find the service?
It's going to be available through, obviously, YouTube. I'm going to get into the other. You can get it through YouTube if you want to watch it. You can get it through all the other platforms that we use. But we're going to be on KTBS at 4 p.m. We're actually have a 4 p.m. hour slot. From 4 to 5, you're going to see the Easter service. They actually are doing every church in the area, I think. So by the time it gets to 4 p.m., you won't want Jesus anymore, probably. You have heard every pastor give every message he could do. But my goodness, you're going to see a simple church
Well,
one
the
at
reason
4.
I bring it up is that maybe you have like an older relative or somebody that just has television. They don't
Yeah.
have streaming or whatever.
And they've never seen the simple church. They
Yeah,
don't know.
It gives them a chance to watch it on regular TV.
Regular TV, that's KTBS. You know why, John? They're on our side.
Yes, they are.
Lindsay and their team, Rick Rowe and Luana and all them, they're just our great friends. But they're all called, and they're doing, again, a lot of other church services. I think it's going like KPXJ and KTBS are all-day Easter services. So
cool.
we will be from 4 to 5 p.m. So you don't want to miss that.
Awesome.
Be fun.
Cool.
And then I was trying to think, there's one other thing I thought. Oh, Friday morning, there are, for anybody that happens to listen now, Ellis Pottery has donated about 400, let me say that again, 400 Easter lilies.
Why'd you do? Did you go Israeli or something?
No, I think it was that chicken biscuit coming back.
And I was like, that had a little bit of a in it.
Well, it's either COVID or the chicken biscuit.
Don't
That-
joke.
that Christ-
I'll send you
No,
to the.
I have-
yeah.
I have-
if you joke about it,
I
he's
have
gonna send
no
you.
fever. I have no symptoms.
Don't you text no staff
I
members.
just have chicken coming back up. The Christian
Yeah,
chicken's
Christian-
trying to come right back out.
It's resurrected.
That dude, but it ain't 3 days later, son. About 2 hours. He didn't even get 3 hours in. That chicken's coming back. But anyway, Ellis Potter, which we love, Derek and the Ellis family, they're just so good to us. And every Easter they do all these things. But we're going to actually give away. So if you have a widow that you know about or a senior adult maybe that can't get out, you can drive by. It's no touch. You will actually just be able to pick up an Easter lily on your own and take it to deliver to whoever you want. But it's a pretty cool thing to be able to love on somebody in a creative way.
So just to be clear, you do have to pick up the Easter lily to get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not like a no touch.
We're not
I
handling your
understand.
lily.
It just sounded funny. It was a no touch Easter lily
Wait a
pickup.
minute.
I'm like, are you Yoda? Are you gonna
Yeah.
levitate it to your trunk?
We're not touching your lily. They pick their own lily up, put it in their car, and go on down the road.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yes.
That's probably
So
enough
that's
for
and
today.
that's at is it 10 a.m.?
I don't have a clue.
I don't know.
Hold on, I might can fact check that.
Hold
real
on,
quick.
yeah,
it
'cause
should
that would be
It
back,
should be
you know.
in staff
Hold on.
text.
Yeah, I saw that at one point, but I was in the middle of something else, and I kind of ignored it.
Oh, there's a lot. Oh, we're all three looking. Who's gonna find it first?
It's a competition.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
No, I just was watching
Well, there's
y'all.
a lot of truck stop photos, which are awesome.
Yes.
That ate up.
yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
either way, you got a lot of opportunities.
Oh, come on, it's been
Yeah.
wheeling.
That's fine. You just got a lot of opportunities. You got.
Oh, here we go.
Go ahead.
All right, so it is
This is
9:45.
Yeah. So 9:45 a.m. Friday morning, Easter.
There.
Good Friday. Good Friday
Yeah.
morning.
Yes,
There you go.
perfect.
So no worries, man.
Great show.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to see y'all on Easter. Tune in whichever way you prefer to.
Yes, download that app.
Download the app.
Yes.
And subscribe today.
Yeah, because we won't. If he
I didn't hit the button. I didn't hit the button that time. It's my mic. It has this issue where it will go out. I'm telling you, I did not hit the button.
Well, we know that sometimes you have a problem with hitting. The
I
button.
have lots of problems. Let's just
But
make
you know
that
what?
clear.
Let's count our blessings right now.
Yes.
COVID-19 is not one of them.
That
No,
is
it is
true.
not.
Hey, man,
That is-
you're in freedom. You're back in the world, son. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Which, you know what that means, Scott?
What?
There's a lot of work for you today because you missed 2 days. You
Oh,
gotta
there's
start
trash.
well,
working.
already, Christy A has already texted me. I know all the tents
Yeah.
and stuff I got to get. So.
Yeah, so you
Well,
just
we
better
got-
gear up, boy.
We're ready, son. He's ready. Hey, thanks for listening.
That's
we
right.
love y'all. Happy Easter to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Peace.